Hello, honorable members of the clan. So, welcome to my YouTube channel. So, guys, is Advocate Baloyi going to jail? Is Advocate Baloyi going to jail? Because I see the walls are closing. And the reason why I'm saying the walls seems to be closing is because of the developing story of President Cyril Ramaphosa suspending the Director of Public Prosecution, Advocate Andrew Chauke. Now, why are we talking about this individual? If you remember, when we found out that in 2019 there were warrants of arrest for the Senzo Meiwa unaliving at police station in Fosloras. At the Kelly Kumalo home, and there was two investigators that sort of took a certain direction because they have found the truth and opened a docket, which is it a name 375? Yeah. And then there was a meeting between all these NPA guys and Geninda. And then the decision was we are going to snub 375 and we are going to go with 636, which is currently in court. Now, I am not quite sure if the suspension will include this particular case, because if it does include this particular case, then yeah, Mr. Baloyi definitely should have to answer in court after being put in handcuffs. Hopefully, they don't have those pads. And I think he's seeing the walls closing in, especially with this particular suspension. And I suspect there are going to be more suspensions that are coming up in the NPA. And I was quite surprised, though, that I did not hear the name of the NDPP, the National Director. Yeah, that's one, NDPP, Batohi. I'm very surprised that it was not her. And I'm also not surprised that her deputy, I think, which is Mr. Baloyi, I stand corrected, uh, they're not suspended, because these decisions couldn't have been made by just one person. Somebody had to approve because, Mr. Chauke, I don't know how NPA works, but to me, it sounds like everything at the end of the day needs to be given a stamp of approval by the NDPP or the, what do you call this, the deputy. So now the sense of Meiwa trial, where is it going to? Where is it headed to? What are the truths that are going to come out? I mean, Advocate Tefu, has it been right all this time? There are so many questions with this development, and I'm going to keep you guys abreast on what is happening, because I think this one is huge and it could affect the Senzo Meiwa murder trial that is ongoing. And I also am interested to see the mood of Advocate Baloyi today in court. How is he going to be like? Because I would be definitely disturbed. I'll be so disturbed. I'll be worried. I'll be worried that police could burst into the what do you call this? Into the court like they did with Advocate Tefu, and put him in handcuffs and drive him out of the court. Yeah, when they talk about karma, and when she pays that revenge, it's nice and ice cold type of situation. Hey, are we going to see such drama? I don't think we will see such drama, but we will see. If I'm saying, if this goes that way, I think he'll be called outside with dignity, and then we will hear if he is arrested or not. Because this, to me, is tantamount. Is tantamount to a criminal offense, and I'm just surprised that the advocate Andrew Baloyi is suspended. But then again, there is a disciplinary commission that is going to take place after suspension, right? I think within 14 days or 30 days or whatever the case is. I don't know how it works with the NPA, but there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, and we need to be here, all of us, regarding that. Now, I'm also wondering, how is the people that were in the house feel that the walls are also closing in? Because now that things are coming out like this, 375 says, the docket, basically, it says that the suspects are the people that were with Senzo Meyiwa in the house on the 26th of October 2014. versus what 636 is saying, where it says these are the 5 people that are in court currently that were the ones that are responsible for the unaliving of Senzo Meiwa because of a robbery gone wrong. Jiggy Jiggy, in court comes the lead investigator and says, oh, that was not a robbery gone wrong. It was Kelly Kumalo who put a hit on Senzo Meiwa. And I'm still asking, what was she going to gain? She was not married to Senzo Meiwa, and she just had a baby with Senzo Meiwa. Why was she going to benefit? That is why I don't believe that story at all. Yeah, the story of an accident, yes. And I'm working on that video because I did see more than 10 people asking, please, Clancy's, please do that the scenarios once again. I'm going to do them. I'm going to divide them into two because they're pretty long and I don't want the videos to be too long. So I'm going to divide them into two. I'll say the first two and then I'll say the second two scenarios of what I think transpired in the Kumalo house on the 26th of October 2014. Now, with all of this happening, guys, what are your thoughts? I am very interested to hear what are you thinking right now. Do you think Advocate Baloyi's walls are closing? Do you see him in handcuffs? Do we see him in the same court getting prosecuted for misleading and perjury and scapegoating, concealment, defeating the ends of justice, whatever crime that might be placed on him? Because I think that they deserve it. They absolutely deserve it. I don't think that Judge Rata is going to be held accountable in any way. He is the presiding officer after all. He's brought this matter and he has to preside over a matter. Unless he knowingly knew that the 5 people before him, they are scapegoats. They are scapegoats of the NPA because at the end of the day, we need to save somebody's skin. Whose skin was it they are trying to save in this matter? Who is the big dog that must not go to jail? Because we heard of some names that came to the crime scene. We heard of allegedly Shadrach Sibia, who is also on leave/suspension. We also heard of a health MEC. I don't know why nobody's talking about that individual who was also there at the crime scene allegedly. We even had, who else did we have in the crime scene that was not supposed to be there? Yeah. Also, the crime scene being abandoned by the first responders. What happened to them? Why are they not suspended for that? Because they admitted. Understand, they admitted. And to me, it's tantamount to, I don't know, a crime. You're neglecting a crime scene, and the crime scene gets contaminated because, number one, you leave it in the hands of a civilian, and some people allege that actually the civilian was a police officer or a former police officer, and allegedly the uncle of the Kumalo girls. I don't know. That was alleged back then, but still, you didn't cordon off, you didn't do all the processes that needed to be followed, and then came Mapiri allegedly and cleaned the crime scene. Why? You want justice, right? 2 intruders came into the house, and then the unalive Senzo Meiwa, and then you took it upon yourself to clean the crime scene for the intruders? Please. Anyways, guys, this is a developing story, as I said. And hopefully the Senzo Meiwa matter will also make its way to the front regarding scapegoating, concealment, which is defeating the ends of justice anyways. And who else is involved? Because, come on, Mr. Baloyi, are you going to jail? Are you going to be arrested? I don't know. But I foresee that. I personally foresee that. Other than that, guys, have yourselves a very good day. Let's engage in the comments. See you later. Goodbye.